Yes, I don't have any. to the February Planning Commission meeting. Please stand, I'll do the prayer, and followed by Commissioner Logan and the pledge of allegiance. Bow with me, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for this day. We thank you for this time to gather together and do the business of the city. Pray, Lord, that you give us wisdom to make good decisions for our community. I pray you bless those in uniform. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Join me in the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, let's go ahead and open our planning commission meeting. We should do roll call, please. Laura?
Byrd. Here.
All right, everyone has received their January planning commission meeting minutes. If I could get a motion to approve those minutes or any corrections. Motion to approve from Commissioner Prater. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Lowe. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Byrd. Yes. Lowe.
Yes.
Knapp.
Yes.
Prater.
Yes.
O'Gwen.
Yes.
All right, those minutes are approved 5-0. All right, let's shift over into Board of Adjustment business. And let's go ahead and call to order that. And roll call, please, Laura.
Byrd. Yes. Knapp.
Here.
Lowe.
Here.
Young.
Here.
Prater.
Here.
O'Gwen.
Here. All right, everyone should have received their December Board of Adjustment meeting minutes. Entertain a motion to approve unless there are any corrections or additions to those minutes.
Motion to approve.
Motion from Commissioner Lowe, to the second.
Second.
Second from Commissioner O'Gwen. Roll call, please, Laura.
Knapp.
Yes.
Prater.
Yes.
Byrd. Yes. O'Gwen.
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
All right, those minutes are approved 5-0. Let's go ahead and get into new business for the Board of Adjustment. Laura?
362 East Main Street, Lot 4R, R&W subdivision. Variance request to reduce the front yard setback along East Main Street. Bond Consulting Engineers. Okay, this property is located at 362 East Main Street. They are requesting a variance to have the structure to encroach the 01 front setbacks. The property currently is vacant and currently is zoned 01. They are requesting to have the front setback reduced from 25 feet down to 15 feet for their proposed 3,200. As you can see in the sketch that they provided, they will front East Main Street and North Jackson with parking lot as well. With this approval, they will submit a site plan later if the variance is approved. Just for the Planning Commission's awareness, we are working on an overlay district in this area, and this setback actually will fall into what we are aligning for the future vision of this area with the overlay district that we are working on. So staff does not have really any concerns with this setback being reduced. So if you have any other questions on that, I can answer it. If not, the applicant is here tonight if you have questions for him.
All right, thank you, Laura. Mr. Aaron, any additional information you want to share with the board?
I'm here to answer any questions.
You know, this area being a downtown type situation, I think more that urban is expected, urban condition as far as setbacks go. So, like you say, for modifying the code for that area, I think that's an appropriate variance.
And this is just the variance, not a site plan approval. Correct.
That's right. Any other questions from the commissioners?
And that will be with the new overlay.
Yes, that's what we're working on, that we will actually bring to y'all in the next several months. This actually will adhere to that. But currently, they will have to get a variance.
Any other questions, commissioners? Seeing none, I entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion from Commissioner Nguyen, do I have a second?
Second.
All What's the second? That was a fast draw. I was like, go with Byrd. Commissioner Byrd, roll call vote, please, Laura.
Lowe,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes.
Byrd. Yes.
All right, 5-0, motion does pass. All right, we'll go ahead and adjourn the Board of Adjustment meeting and open up our Planning Commission meeting. And it is 7:05, and we'll go ahead and open up our public hearing for the first item, Laura.
Waiver, Lot 1, Wallace Industrial. This is a waiver for installation of a hard surface parking lot, Lemons Engineering. Okay, this is Lot 1, Wallace Industrial. It's located at 3925 and 3955 South First Street. There is an existing industrial structure, 2 structures on the site with associated driveways on First Street and Nally Road. The applicant, back last year, did receive in April, y'all did approve to delay the paving of the parking lot and for the installation of the sidewalks. They also, when they submitted originally, they were asking for a waiver of the sidewalks, but they have been informed that that they do have to submit that to City Council, that the Planning Commission cannot waive any sidewalks. They stated in their letter that their concerns for the hard surface paving is regarding the traffic load with larger trucks. So, as you can see in the definitions that were supplied in the staff report, there is a vehicle use area definition, and then the parking and loading area accessible to the public. There is an exemption of areas that are used for parking and storage of large equipment which could damage the parking surface. If you have any other questions for me, I can answer them. The applicant is here this evening to answer any question that you have.
All right, thank you, Laura. Mr. Lemon?
It's good to be here tonight. I like it brings back old times having this meeting here at this place. It's a lot of fun in this building. My name for the record is Tim Lemons, Lemons Engineering. Mr. Carter Wallace is standing here beside me. He is the owner of this property, and I want to let him explain a little bit of the hardship that he's encountered over the past 8 to 10 months since we started using this building. What I would like to add is if you'll pull back up on the site plan, you'll notice we have existing driveways that we're utilizing, one on First Street and one over here off of Nally. And in both situations, immediately when you come onto the site, due to the placement of the building, the existing drive that is there, it's an immediate sharp 90-degree bend anywhere you go. And what we have seen since, even though we do have a good, strong gravel surface up there, when you make those real sharp bends, we have noticed that the wheels will actually eat into the gravel. And another thing I'd like to point out is that this building is, there is no public use. I mean, it's a business that's there, and they fill orders. No one comes and shops at this building, so it's really not a public use. And with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Wallace.
Thank y'all for hearing us tonight. I was, as y'all know, we received an extension on the hard surface parking lot a year ago. A little bit of history on this building is I was looking for an investment in the Cabot area since my wife and I moved here some time ago. We lived just outside of Cabot. Found this building, thought it looked like a good investment, and went and visited it, had a tenant in it at the time, and was able to negotiate and purchase the building last January, I guess, of 2023. I knew the power needed to be upgraded on the building at that point. Went to see Monty, who was still employed with the city at the time. Visited with him, and that's when he said, folks, that people love to hear, oh, there's some issues on that building. So got with Mr. Lemons, went over the site plans to find out what improvements were required on the building at that time, and to kind of regroup and decide exactly what I wanted to do. That's what we asked for, the year extension on the hard surface, to kind of figure out exactly what we wanted to do on the building. And that's why I'm here today, to ask for a waiver on it. With it being an existing building that was built probably early 90s, early to mid 90s, I don't know exactly what the code says. I'm sure Ms. Knowles can tell us that I feel like a building should be grandfathered in. There's numerous examples of buildings throughout town that are grandfathered in with gravel surfaces. Matter of fact, one of the buildings directly across the street from me that is a commercial lot has got gravel on it as well. There was a tenant previously occupying the building up to the time I bought it, and then they moved out right before I purchased the building. So anyway, I'd still like to do some additional improvements on the building. It's a red color that I'm not really crazy about. I'd like to paint it, add some awnings and some other additional things to dress it up on the outside. That kind of depends on what happens here tonight. So appreciate y'all hearing me out, and just appreciate y'all, any support y'all need. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. So Laura, you want to give us a little history on the project and on the code requirements?
So this is currently a non-conforming structure because it does not meet current standards right now. They did change the use of what from what the previous tenant was. Our understanding was being used as storage, and now you're using it as a cabinet shop now or something?
We have a tenant in there, he runs a cabinet shop.
Okay, so in our code, once you change uses, then of the structure, then the structure has to come into conformance. Part of the conformance is to pave the parking lot, sidewalks, and anything that is still outstanding that doesn't meet code.
Exterior materials required to, I mean, it's a metal building, it's not going to be required to come up to the brick veneer
No.
percentages.
The building code, I'd have to go down to the design standards to find out on that part of it.
Didn't we have a code or ordinance that said, if it was empty for over a year, then it had to be brought up to?
That's actually under the non-conformance if it was vacant for 6 months. That's what our current code is.
Okay, but he said it was occupied.
It was occupied, being used as storage.
I didn't know there was a difference in that.
From our understanding, the previous owner was using it for self-storage of his own personal items, but there wasn't a business being ran out of it.
Do you know offhand how many large trucks, I'm assuming 18-wheelers, go in and out of that location?
I don't exactly, but I can find out. It's just delivery of wood products for the current tenant that's in there.
So do they unload in the back of the building? Like come in on either the front?
There's a roll-up door on the building on the left. There's a roll-up door right here on this end of the building and on this one. And all this equipment back here was a ground lease that the previous tenant had leased out, and they're no longer there. So all that heavy equipment you see around the back is no longer there.
It looks a lot better than it did.
So if the trucks come in to drop off, then they basically have to do a 90-degree.
They come in this entrance here and,
Right.
and probably can't get to this one. They have to come down to this one and unload, or pull in this way and then unload with a forklift.
Can they not come in on Nally Road? Because there's an entrance, I drove out there today and drove back through the back of the building. There's an entrance right there that's gravel behind the building off of Nally Road that's
This
in the
one?
back of the building.
Yes, ma'am. It's, I believe, right into this area here
Yeah,
is the
kind of
entrance.
back behind the building.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still gonna have to pull in, make a hard turn.
Yes, sir. Pull in here or back up this way off the highway or the Valley Road or off the front street.
What kind of vehicles are accessing the site?
There's 18-wheelers every so often to unload heavy. You have box trucks coming in. There's a gentleman, he's running a cabinet shop out of there. New business, he was based out of Bologna and ended up leasing the building from me and moved his business down here.
So when it was originally submitted to the site plan we got, it had the parking on the corner. you know, that's only part of the site. I mean, the rest of it's still gravel. So
It's like,
I guess my question, Laura, is, I mean, it wasn't like paving the entire site, it was just paving a portion of it that was projected to be utilized as a commercial business.
No, they were showing a parking lot that was gonna be,
Yeah, L-shaped around just that corner.
Front corner.
My point
I
is.
think that was based off, the number of spots was based off the size of the building,
Oh,
being a 5,000 square foot building.
yeah, they were having to meet parking requirements, so they had
They had
to
to have 9
produce.
spots plus a handicap.
Yeah, so
The
that,
handicap was added.
yeah, my point is, like, they're still utilizing the rest of that site, which is all gravel. So, I mean, there's still other availability to park on.
A lot of it's still dirt surface also.
Yeah.
If the front and side was improved and a road coming off of, is that Valley Road over there? And why couldn't you just keep it gravel in the back? The big trucks coming into these, and I own a cabinet shop too, and most of the trucks that come in there are medium-sized trucks, and not very seldom do we get 18-wheelers in there. But any of them turning around on pavement or concrete, it tends to bust it up.
Do you know how far back, off of Nally Road where your roll-up door is, the building is from Nally Road? What your setback is on that side?
If you go back to the original drawing, we can go from that. Looks like we have a 50-foot building line that almost touches the corner of the building. Some of it says about 50, 52 feet, something like that. Where is that? I can't really tell. Warren, is there any way you can zoom in on the west side of the building?
25. That's a PowerPoint.
So it's only 75 foot, that one? 75
Actually, I
foot?
believe it is, actually, my bad.
25 foot.
My bad.
That
It's a
one.
50-foot building line along First Street. It's a 25-foot building line along Valley. So that overhead door would be about 27 feet on the property.
Yeah, 56 feet is setback from First Street to the base of the building.
And 25 on the other one.
And it's 27 feet where the corner of the building is, from the
27.
property line. But it is
It's like a 25 foot side setback,
yeah.
building line.
So the garage doors that are in the back of the building, there's 2 garage doors in the back of the building?
No, just on the side and the front.
Okay.
Can you show where they're
No,
located?
right here.
Yeah.
Can you go to the aerial or?
There's a roll-up door right in this area,
Okay.
and then one on this corner of the building.
Laura, have we ever waived the hard surface parking lot requirement?
We have done one. And I believe it was last year or the year before. It was only in portions of the parking lot. They, Tim, I believe it was your client, that at the RV dealership, I think where the RVs are parked,
Accurate, yeah.
well, where the RVs are actually parked on the front lot, that is asphalt, but the maneuverability lanes are gravel.
So could he fence in that back portion and all that, leave it gravel?
If you fence in the back area, you are allowed to leave it as gravel.
And what's the definition of hard surface? Asphalt, concrete,
Asphalt, concrete,
chip seal,
chip seal,
impervious paving, impervious paint?
you just got to hold up to intense traffic use.
Mr. Leonard, what was the original plan for hard surface material? Was it concrete or asphalt or?
We were set pretty well up, we were hoping we could do asphalt, but watching the movement on the gravel with the trucks, I don't know that the concrete would even suffice. It's just a lot of weight put on the vehicle, it's making a really sharp bend, and so the axial loads are pretty intense, more than what we anticipate.
A concrete pavement could be designed to handle
Yeah.
that type of traffic. without
And
question.
fire trucks and everything.
Not asphalt.
Those trucks are turning off the road to get in there also, they're not just turning on the driveway.
All right. Any other questions?
This is more of a general question. Who's to say the next tenant's going to have the same issue? So if we allow it today, is it forever, as long as the ownership remains as legal non-conforming?
Be tied to this owner, wouldn't it?
The waiver is given to this specific owner.
So if somebody wanted to put a dance studio in there, the next tenant, then this waiver would not apply.
Well, if they purchased it from the current owner, if the current owner owns it under a different
That's right. It stays-
tenant, then they would not have to do it for a dance studio,
That's correct.
as long as he maintains ownership.
That's right.
So, if I understand you correctly, basically what you're saying is if you have to do the paving, then you can't upgrade the outside of the building.
It would just put that off for a long while. No,
And it looks pretty
negotiating
rough.
the building, when there was a tenant in there, and then went to visit with Monty and all, and then got a couple quotes on it, it would add a good 35% to what I think for the building, which is a pretty bitter pill to swallow. So,
So you need parking in the front for employees and one or two customers.
there's a few employees. We did add a handicap spot in the front that we had to before we could get occupancy certificate. So this handicap spot has been added here, and then the dumpster pad in the back with the fence around the dumpster as well in the back, or a concrete pad for that. So we did go ahead and add those to the occupancy.
All right, commissioners, any other questions?
So what are we waiting?
Well, you've been asked to waive the installation of paving
In the front and back?
as submitted, or
Right.
as submitted in the original
But can we,
proposal. Already been granted an extension about to expire.
well, yeah, I think we ought to stick with that.
So I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Got a motion to approve from Commissioner Lowe. I do have a second.
Second.
Second from Commissioner Byrd. Roll call vote, please.
Prater,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes.
Byrd,
No.
Lowe,
No.
3-2, the ayes have it. Do you need three or do you need four? You need four? Hmm?
that fails. Four.
Well, that's that four votes. And I don't vote, right, because we have a quorum.
Correct.
All right, so I'm sorry, that motion does fail for lack of four votes.
Appreciate your time.
All right, thank you. All right. It is 7:24, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing and open up our planning commission new business. First item, water.
Replat Lot 16R Greystone Estates, price surveying. Okay, this is a replat to combine two lots into one. They currently are Lot 16 and 17 Greystone Estates along Wellington Place Drive. The property in question is about 0.6 acres in size. Again, they're just wanting to replat two lots into one. I'm making the assumption that they're wanting to build in the center of the two lots so that they have a bigger, two lots bigger. All staff comments have been addressed, so, again, this is just a simple lot consolidation for a replat.
Commissioners have any questions about the replat? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve the replat as presented.
Motion to approve.
A motion to approve from Byrd, second from Prater. Roll call vote, please.
Knapp,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
5-0, the replat is approved. Next item, item B.
Lot 5R, Southern Hills subdivision, Phase 1, Tucker Survey. Again, this is another lot consolidation. The property is located at 103 Latham Hill Cove. The current property owners are Jared and Nikki Duke. They're wanting to consolidate lots 5 and 6 as well as a detention pond. To propose this as being Lot 5R. The property entailed is about 2.10 acres in size. It does, again, front Latham Hill Cove, as well as the detention pond fronts on Greystone Boulevard. They will be responsible to maintain that existing detention pond if this replat does go through, because it will be their property to maintain. The only outstanding item in the staff report is just that the vicinity map was quite small on the replat that was submitted. But other than that, all comments have been addressed. The applicant is here tonight if you have any questions for him.
Thank you, Laura. Commissioners have any questions? Does the applicant want to speak on any of the items, or
Just if you have any questions.
you gonna stop that pond of fish?
It's not mine. I'm just here to represent the government.
Oh, okay.
Do they already own the pond?
Yes. He's already maintaining as well.
Commissioners have questions? No, I entertain a motion to approve the replat.
So moved.
Motion, Commissioner Lowe, with a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Wynn. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
All right, 5-0, replat is approved. All right, next item, item C.
Final plat, Lot 1, Almond subdivision, Tucker Survey. Okay, this is a final plat that is currently a empty lot that is unimproved. It is in an R1 residential zoning district. The applicant is requesting to plat this property, which is about 1.65 acres in size, with a meets and bounds description for a future construction of a residential home. It will have access via a 30-foot wide ingress-egress easement that does connect to Glenda Lane. The property, the ingress-egress access does cross the floodplain, and they will be required to, when they get a building permit, to submit for a floodplain development permit to do that as well. Other than that, the outstanding items in the staff report are just minor certifications that will be signed once this final plat's been approved. The applicant's here to answer any questions if you have any.
Commissioners have any questions? Have any other additional items to add? All right, entertain a motion to approve the final plat.
Motion to approve.
A motion from Commissioner Prater, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Knapp. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Knapp,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
5-0, that final plat is approved. All right, item D.
Final plat, Lot 1, 3RR, Galloway Edition, Lemons Engineering Consultants. Okay, this is a final plat for Lot 3RR, Galloway Edition. It is located at the corner of Cleveland and Galloway Street. It is currently a vacant lot that is zoned R4M for medium-density multifamily. This piece of property may look familiar because sometime last year, y'all did approve a site plan for 2 triplex units to be built on this property, and at the time, they did not submit a final plat, so they are bringing this final plat before you so that they can complete the items to be able to get their site plan officially approved and get a building permit. The only one outstanding item in the staff report that staff had concern with is to make sure that the current existing duplex units that are to the southeast, there are currently 2 units that are using an existing driveway off of Galloway Street. We need to make sure that they still have access to those units, either off a locust or a ingress-egress easement needs to be provided on this plat. If you have any other questions for me, I can address them. Mr. Lemons is here to address any comments that you may have.
So, Mr. Lemons, are you guys planning on making access easement?
If you bring that photo back up, I think I can explain this.
It's like some parking area happening.
Well, there's a paved area here that's been there for years that has nothing to do with these buildings in here, according to the owner. It's just something that was left over when this was originally demolished. For whatever reason, they just didn't take that pad out. There's if you want to call it a rough driveway that comes back here, and there's a couple of people that live here that do have a tendency to park on this big slab. However, the parking for this is all inclusive of this here. They shouldn't be using it. But it's a hard service, so people are lazy and they're going to drive wherever they can to get close as they can to their door.
So those aren't units that have doors off of that road?
No, there's not anything I'm aware of that this right here is all the parking for all of this is supposed to be right here.
So there's no plans to create an access easement along?
No, we're really tight on this spot, with having to put in detention, the hammerhead, trying to get 6 units out of this, through 2 new triplexes. There's just not really anything we can give.
I mean, it looks like the driveway actually straddles your adjacent neighbor.
There's an old alleyway, yes. There is an old alleyway right here that just comes up here and just does its own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a proposed 10-foot utility easement back here. If necessary, I guess we could convert that to a utility ingress-egress easement. So if that was ever used, I guess they would have permission to do it, just as long as it doesn't infringe on our parking and what we've got to have for our site plan up here. Because it is really, really, really tight.
So your parking is gonna come just directly off of Cleveland Street?
Well, we've already approved the site plan. Actually, what we have is a drive that comes right down the center to a hammerhead. Buildings here, hammerhead here with our parking right here. And our detention area is right over here.
Yeah, looking at Google, there are a couple of doors off of that apartment.
If there is, we can't find any record of an easement or permission ever being given to anybody to use that.
Where that concrete area is, though, is part of this property, correct?
Yes, ma'am. This is the driveway right here. It kind of straddles here and it goes back on this property. And that concrete pad is just out in this area here, just no rhyme or reason.
You can see about those 2 big trees. Okay. Any other questions from the Commissioner? Entertain a motion to approve final plat with staff comments incorporated. So motion to approve, Commissioner Prater, do a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Knapp. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Lowe,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes.
McGuinn,
Yes.
Prater.
Yes.
5-0, final plat is approved.
Thank you.
All right, next item. D.
Final plat, Lot 1R, Bill Foster Edition, Crafton Toll, Thomas Engineering. Okay, this is a final plat approval for the property that's located at 3090 Bill Foster Memorial Highway, also known as Highway 321. There is a current fast food restaurant of a Sonic that is currently occupying the property. It's currently zoned C1. They're proposing to eventually demo that building, and as you will see in the next item for a site plan for a future coffee shop with drive-through and parking on it. The current property is about 0.84 acres in size. Again, they are just asking for a final plat so that they can get site plan approval as well as building permit later down the road. There are only just one outstanding item in the staff report. Actually, there's two. One, just to make sure that the easements cover all the utilities that intend to be installed, and then they need to show the floodplain boundaries on this plat. Those are the only two outstanding items in the staff report. Other than that, if you have any questions for me? And then if not,
All right, Commissioners, have any questions? The applicant?
Hey, Laura, yeah, I'm here, I can speak on behalf, it's all right. Just the two issues that you talked about, the easements, I think we covered all those with this resubmittal. Proposed utilities will all be private, so they won't require an easement as far as sanitary sewer and water and gas. We've shown for the primary, for the electric, there through the middle of the site, which will be visible on the site plan. I think we've covered that. The other, as far as getting the floodplain on, we can pass that request on to Thomas and get them to add that, as we have it shown on the site plan and grading plan.
I didn't get your name. What was your name?
Travis Tully, I'm sorry,
Travis.
Travis Tully, yes, I'm sorry.
All right. Commissioners, any questions for the applicant? All right, seeing none, I entertain a motion to approve with staff contingencies.
So moved.
Motion from Commissioner Lowe, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Knapp, roll call vote, please, Laura.
Knapp,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
All right, 5-0,
Thank
motion
you, guys.
approved. Yes, thank you. Next item on the agenda.
Site plan, 3090 Bill Foster Memorial Highway, future coffee shop, Crafton and Toll. Okay, this is the same piece of property. They're asking for a site plan approval on it. They are proposing to demo the current building and then reconstruct a future coffee shop with plenty of parking and a drive-through service as well. It will have frontage, or it will have driveway access off of Highway 321 and then an exit access to the north property where there's an ingress-egress easement. They have addressed all the items except for the minor items that will be taken care of once they have approval. So other than that, they are looking to construct the building. I believe the square footage is just under 2,500 square feet for the proposed coffee shop. So again, as y'all have already seen previously, that this Sonic does intend, and they've already started construction, that this current Sonic is moving just one block from their current location, and then once they do that, this property will be demoed and a future coffee shop will take place at it.
Are we getting the sand volleyball court at the new sign?
Negative, sorry. But you will be able to pull in there with your boat.
The proposed coffee shop does meet landscape requirements?
It does. They have
in terms of
submitted
areas and
landscape,
screening?
they're gonna actually go above and beyond on landscaping. The exterior facade meets building design standards. They have actually done a very good job of addressing all items for site plan submittal.
Do we know what brand? Can we know what brand is coming, or is that kind of?
I have the developer with me, I left that up to him. We're not supposed to say what it is. There's a sign detail in the details that were submitted, so you might be able to figure it out from that.
That's okay. We
This is
don't
James
even-
Harkins with Blue Well. James, that's up to you what you know.
Well, we're not supposed to say the brand, but it is an international coffee shop.
Nope.
Green logo.
The sign detail is.
So, please questions about the site plan here?
Sure, absolutely.
Travis, can you explain the exit out of the drive-through lane and why not at the dumpster there where you could have full access to that ingress and egress easement there?
Well, it was, so when they prepare a site plan, they submit them to a corporate that approves them, and so this was kind of the site plan. We kind of generally have to stay with that, and so this was the one that was approved by corporate, and so this is how we move forward. Also, the grade, there are some more grade challenges down there by the dumpster, and that dumpster kind of sits a little bit lower than that road on the backside. So the grade didn't work great back there either.
What's the other turnaround up there? I mean, I just see that driveway as a problem.
Well, and I think this may not be, because I think we put a do not enter on the other side as well, because it is narrow. There's an access there that exists now, and so the developer agreed to continue to allow that as like an exit only. So both of those out onto that road in the back will be exit only, and that's, you know, they're trying to queue up that drive-through lane. They're trying to get as many cars in that drive-through lane as they can, and still allow that bailout area.
Commissioner Lowe, you think there's an issue with the layout on the traffic flow and the drive?
I wouldn't have done this, but, the other, since we're talking about drives, everything's in and out of one driveway here right now, so if you come out of the drive-through and you try to take a left in front of this business, you're conflicting with every car coming in, right there in a very tight window.
Sure.
I mean, cars coming off of a 5-lane roadway into there, you know, normally you don't want that conflict point within 75 feet of the pavement, and I don't know what we are right there, but it sure looks a lot closer than that.
Where's the existing drive located? Is it where the orange kind of shaded lines are on our plan, or is it?
Well, no, that driveway that we're showing there is actually the existing drive, and that's as it's constructed right now. RDOT just completed a project in that area, and so that is the apron that RDOT built associated with that
And that's what
project.
they will be allowed.
Well, and I understand if you move that further to the south, you're just creating more grade issues.
Yes, for sure, out on Bill Foster,
Yeah.
that's a significant, and then that's a little, that orange line that you noted, Mr. Young, is a modular block retaining wall with a flower bed raised there because of the grade difference between the highway and the site.
So the only way out, if you park to go in, is to go out the back essentially.
Well, no, you can go out on Bill Foster, you can go out on Bill Foster. And then you can go out the back if you know, that one out the back is gonna be a little bit more difficult, but you can go out on Bill Foster.
You potentially could be in a queue up for the drive-through waiting to get out if you wanted to go out that back line.
Right, and
You only have
I mean, it's just if you're a car exiting the drive and you got a car coming at you to come out that way, that's gonna get tight. You got 24 foot of pavement there, but it's still pretty tight.
If you're, the only way you're exiting to the back where the access easement area is if you're taking the bailout lane. So that's.
Right. Understand.
You would be entering and
So
exiting.
anyone in the big parking lot has to come back out to the front of the business.
Correct.
Back to Bill Foster.
Correct.
At the only entrance, you know,
Yes.
that's all I'm saying. That gets a conflict point that, I don't know how you fix it though. Well, by keeping the driveway, obviously. obviously separated the driveways, it fixed some of that, but I don't know, if you have it, makes the site very attractive if you do that.
And the area to the south is just too steep to come off of Bill Foster with even a one-way in to loop and come back out.
That's right, there are significant utilities, the drainage area comes through that area, there's a lot going on down there, that's right.
Control point, where the current driveway is.
I know there's a business there that doesn't go because they don't like the way the drive works right now. So, here you are.
Is that why they moved it?
I think that's part of it, and then here we are making it worse. So,
Is that concrete paving that's,
No, it'd be asphalt.
that asphalt?
Concrete in the drive-through, that's a corporate requirement for concrete in the drive-through, 12 foot past the pickup window and 12 foot before the call box. They get me on that one, yeah.
Okay. Commissioners, any other questions? Entertain a motion to approve with staff contingencies included.
So move.
Motion from Commissioner Prater, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Byrd. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Byrd,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Knight,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes. All right, 5-0.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda.
final plat, McClellan Edition, Bond Consulting Engineers. All right, this is a final plat on a piece of property that probably looks familiar to some of y'all. It's located at 1705 North Second Street. They do have currently existing self-storage facility. The property is currently zoned I-1 and C2. They are proposing to add, in a site plan after this, they are proposing to add existing self-storage to the property that's already zoned I-1. They currently have on the site 6 existing self-storage facility structures with approximately 243 self-storage units and 23 RV storage units. The portion of the property is zoned I-1 and the front parcels are zoned C2. Again, they are just looking to do a final plat to get this property separated from the I-1 zoning and the C2 zoning to have 2 lots. All staff comments have been addressed except for the certifications to be signed after and if they get approval of this item. Other than that, applicant's here to address anything if you have anything.
Mr. Aaron, you got any other comments?
Unless you got any questions, man.
Good. Commissioners, any questions? I entertain a motion to approve the final plat with the certification.
So moved.
Motion from Commissioner Lowe, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Byrd. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Lowe,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Prater.
Yes.
5-0, final plat is approved. All right, final item, item H, site plan.
Site plan, Lot 2, McClellan Edition, Bond Consulting Engineers. Okay, this is just gonna be for Lot 2 of McClellan Edition. They are proposing for a site plan for the expansion of their self-storage unit. They are proposing to construct 8 new structures that will house approximately 194 self-storage units. A large portion of this site is within the floodplain and floodway areas. There were a couple outstanding items in the staff report, but just prior to the meeting, I did have a discussion with the applicant as far as discussion on the detention pond and the access roads that they had left shown on the site plan, and those items will be addressed with staff because we didn't have any concerns on what they intended to do. So other than that, all the items have been addressed in the staff report except for certifications and a grading permit.
Thank you, Laura. Aaron, any items from, to Laura's comments?
No, unless you have any questions for me. You've got questions on all the others, so I anticipate.
Motion to approve staff comments.
All right, Mr. Prater.
Second.
For Mr. Lowe, Commissioner Byrd, sorry, I'm just getting ready mixed up. Laura, roll call, please.
Knapp,
Yes.
O'Gwen,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Yes.
All right, 5-0, the site plan is approved. All right, puts us down to community input. Do I have any items to bring up to the planning commission? Seeing none, make a motion to approve, to adjourn.
Approve the jury.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned.